Hey, welcome to another CI for Life podcast. Rick Highland. Excited to come to you today. I'm actually on vacation in Hawaii as we prepare for the end of 2026, doing some personal planning on goals and priorities for next year. Always excited about that process. But I also want to share with you a really, really good book that I've come across that I've shared with my favorite 20 CEOs. Turns out that many of them, including John Mudis of Levitt Industrial Group, love this book as well. Let me share a screen for those of you on video. And what it's called is The CEO Excellence by Carolyn Dewar and Associates at McKinsey. And it's just an outstanding book. I think you can see that, those of you on video. The six mindsets that distinguish the best leaders from the rest. You can see the authors there. It's a probably read 10, 11 CEO books over the last 10 years. And this is by far factor of three better. It's based on research and it's got really relevant topics and really specific examples. So here's the six mindsets that they're talking about in this book. Direction setting, which obviously includes vision, strategy, organizational alignment, what is the right flexible and agile structure to have, mobilizing leaders, which includes culture and talent, getting the best people in the right spots and giving them the right coaching. And then number four is board engagement. Number five, stakeholder connection. And number six, one of my also favorites, is personal effectiveness and some of the habits they have around their energy and time management. And these are based on, well, let me show you the research here. It's based on some research they did of the 1,000 largest public companies over 15 years. And they found CEOs that were recognized in the top CEO list, but they had to be in their spot for at least 5 years and achieve top shareholder return, at least in the top two quartiles. And so there was close to 200 people they were evaluating and trying to find these best practices in these six mindsets. And it's very specific. Let me show you a little bit more detailed view. So under direction setting, they really inspired me to coach and be bold. They've got a good section around vision and reframing the vision. They've got really good insights. And I might do a separate podcast on 5 or 6 elements that you should be looking at strategy. The best CEOs make big moves early and often. And then a section around resource allocation. Where is the best place to put your resources? Not based on last year, but based on return on investment and the future. Organizational alignment. The subtitle is Treat the Soft Stuff as the Hard Stuff. And lots of research, quantitative research, that shows those that pay attention to culture and the soft stuff actually get over double the returns or execution on their strategies. So the cultural practice is a good chapter. Organizational design. They introduce a topic called stagility, which is trying to get the best out of your organizational structure, being clear. In a matrix, they introduce an idea called the helix, which is based on the double strand DNA that's in each one of us. They pull an analogy on how to get both stability and agility, which is what the best CEOs do. And then talent management. Don't put the people first. They talk about identify your most value added positions, not just the P&L positions, but most value added positions for you, and then put your best people in that. Under chapter 3, mobilizing leaders, the 3 titles are really around team composition, teamwork. We've stressed, or I've stressed over 35 years of consulting, the importance of accountability. But I think what I've noted in this is equally important is the collaboration piece that people are looking for, particularly at the senior levels, not just to be accountable and responsible and deliver results, but collaboration is as important to have a very high functioning top team, top decision making team. And then one of my favorite topics, operating rhythm. Each one of them had a discipline structure: weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. And I've gone into different recommendations and around that. But that was very validating to see that that is what the best CEOs do. Board engagement, I won't spend a lot of time here on that. Stakeholder connection, making sure that you with suppliers, community, customers, that you're staying connected as a top leader. It's a great way to see exactly the direction your company should take by staying in touch with them. And then, as I mentioned, one of my personal favorites, personal effectiveness, do what only you can do, and three really good sections on time and energy management, which is a big priority for this podcast. Leadership modeling. I think the quote was, most of these very effective CEOs were surprised how important their own personal leadership modeling was. That just like in parenting, people pay attention more to what you do versus what you say. And then love this last section on perspective and staying humble. So important to keep your own. They have a quote in there: be a, as a top leader, as a top leader. Don't be a know-it-all, which so many leaders feel like they have to be, have all the answers. But be a learn-it-all. Wouldn't that be great? In 2026, we go forward with that mantra to go into our personal connections and engagements with a learn-it-all first, and then make assessments and recommendations and big decisions. So those where I highly recommend it, not just for CEOs, but for senior leaders, general managers, VPs, COOs. This is really leadership excellence. And maybe some of these moves you don't make, like board engagement, if you're not a CEO or a COO, but all of this is very relevant to leadership excellence. It's based on research, is why I love it. And it's really validating a lot of things we believe. A lot of the CEOs I coach are getting excited about it now, and including, I'm not the first one to find it. It's actually a few years old and very relevant. So anyhow, that's today's podcast. I will go into more detail on some of the chapters in another podcast, but hopefully just teasing you out that over the holidays that you will listen and or read this one, because I think it'll really help your leadership in 2026. Cheers for now. Bye.